What do witches do on Friday 13th? Okay, so I wanted to take this opportunity to do something different, to show my face because it's Friday the 13th and it's a special day, and I thought I cannot be missing this special witchy day. It's nothing folkloric, nothing crazy. It's not like this has historically been a thing, but I think it's a nice landmark, and I didn't want to miss it because I don't know how many Friday the 13th I'm gonna get this year. So I just wanted to come a little bit, just come forward and talk a little bit about witchcraft, because I think it's a great day to talk about witchcraft. Some of my favorite people are doing Friday 13th celebrations in all styles, mostly the goth people that I love and cherish so much. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about witchcraft, and in this case I'm going to talk about folk witchcraft, traditional witchcraft, and witchcraft passed down by ancestry, by lineage, and also by culture. I've been doing very interesting research and also courses with one of my favorite authors in witchcraft, and I've been given some practices and spells and words that have been passed through from an old lineage of witches to one another. And so having this feeling inside of me, I feel inspired and I feel that my energy has been refilled, and therefore this is why I want to use a little bit of that extra oomph and that extra energy that I have with the excitement I have about witchcraft and passed on tradition to come here and talk about it today. I think the key aspects for now, it's been about 3 or 4 years now that I've been practicing, or that I've been introducing myself into folk witchcraft. And I think it's an interesting thing for new witches to see where to start. Because when you start, you don't have a lineage, you just have this feeling. And I think that is related with what's called the witch's mark. Having the witch's mark can be physical, it can be a literal mark, but it can also be psychological. It could also be a pull towards witchcraft and the occult and rebellion and the different different way of thinking, because I think that these are the definition of a witch. A witch is pulled by something internal, that is a raw instinct that pulls her towards taboo, things that people don't want to talk about, things that our society repress, like female power, like death, like sex, like, I don't know, any other taboos that you can think about, the subconscious, right? It's very related with philosophical currents, with myth, with mythological currents, with psychological currents like shadow work, like psychoanalysis. Some people are a little bit, I've been talking with people from different backgrounds, and they're a little bit unsure about psychoanalysis, but the way that I've studied it and that I did therapy myself with psychoanalysis and that I've studied, it's very related with transmutation and transformation of processes. So is the alchemy that I practice, and this is why I chose these particular ways of expressing my witchiness and my witchcraft. But when you start, all you have is that witch mark. So if you do have this witch mark where you feel drawn to subjects that the majority of people don't want to talk about, if you feel you tend to go too deep when other people remain in the surface, then that is your call to action. That is your call to start in the way of witchcraft, and start maybe with the question, why do I want to be a witch? what is a witch? So ask yourself, if you feel this pull to the strange, to the weird, ask yourself, why am I a witch? What is a witch? And the answers will probably guide you toward material, books, authors, and if it is the will of the spirits, you will find your way into witchcraft, into traditional witchcraft, into folk witchcraft. Some people fall into more modern ways of witchcraft, and personally, I'm not gonna say anything about that. But listen to your guides, because they're there. You know, listen to that gut feeling, listen to that instinct, and somebody will respond. Something will respond, and it will guide you to where you have to be. It will guide you to your lineage, to your people, to your witches. So on this Friday 13th, I wish you to find your witch tribe. I wish you to follow your weird instincts. I wish you to connect with your witch mark and find your way, your purpose in your practice. Because as a witch, when you find your witchcraft, you feel that everything else makes sense, that things that didn't click before suddenly all integrate and they function for you. It makes sense. You could be a witch and you could have been like me, which have been through a lot of different dogmas, a lot of different practices, a lot of different types of spirituality, and nothing quite fits until you find your craft. And once you find your craft, that pillar of strength, of light, and of empowerment is finally going to be the thing that is going to sustain you through anything in life. So this Friday the 13th, I wish you find your witchcraft, and I wish you follow your instincts, and I wish you honor your witch mark. Happy Friday the 13th. See you next time.